What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar. And did you hear the bell? That means it's another beautiful day in the Market Watch. So guys, hopefully you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps promote the channel, get the video going, and get shown more often to more players. So guys, without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. So first off, we have War Greymon Across Time BT12. Good to look at it. We have pre-release weekend happening this weekend. Already showing it is dropping. Do not buy at this price. I really do not expect this to hold. It is supposed to be one of the better decks of the format, but we already know Belzeman X is going to probably be the dominant deck of the format just because of how powerful and consistent it is. So I do expect some certain cards to climb up. We'll maybe cover it in the video. We'll see. So War Greymon Across Time BT12 is going a little bit down here. Still, I think at the end of the day, this set is not a secret set. This is a super rare set. The secrets are okay at best. They are not necessary for the deck to continue into existence, but it's worth to note that $7.26 will probably be the starting point and then expect it to drop down. So to be honest with you, not worth picking up at these $10 prices at all. And again, you have to make sure that if you're going to order these for tournaments and events that you think are going to be part of, that they are within the same state as you to get them at least a decent day. The problem comes down to is if you're not ordering in the state you are in, the likelihood of you getting them in time is very, very little to no way of getting there. And make sure you reach out, contact the seller, and discuss stuff before you buy into it at these ridiculous prices. I don't say invest into this. This is just a terrible investment, but hey, that's just how it goes. On the Europe side, still on the ridiculous 17 euros, but we'll see what happens when release happens. Then we have Shoutmon Time 7 Superior Mode Across Time. So, to be honest with you, this is not realistic. $50 is not realistic for this card. This card is a 2 of max in most decks. And on the JP side, it is listed at like 8 euro, like 8 yen. So, valuing $8 on our side. So we usually reflect a little bit of that, but we'll have to see. But Shoutmon Time 7 Superior Mode does have not 1, not 2, but 3 arts this set, and it is the golden art that'll be the chase of the set. So we'll have to see. To be honest with you, I don't see this to being the right price. I think it's overly priced and it's not worth the value of $50 at all. It's just way too expensive. So even then, just hold off on it. There's no reason for this card to sit at this price. This is not like Arena where you need 4 ofs or anything like this. Shoutmon Time 7 Superior Mode is a 2 of 1 of best. You know, you don't really need it for the decks you're going to be playing it in. It's just another win more card. Yes, it removes big threats and it can shut off options, but you're still having to play the deck how it plays. So stuff like that needs to be taken into consideration. Europe side, 50 euro range, not worth it at all. Like I said, the set is not about the secrets. Cool Boy from X Record BT09, just plateauing, hasn't done much shifting around. People are waiting for the Cool Boys to be listed from the event pack. Still have yet to be placed on TCG Player, which is very interesting. It's been out for a month or 2 now, so I'm surprised. Europe's side, let's take a look for its regular art. 5 euros to, let's see, 8 euro range. Decent amount of copies in the 8. So yeah, in that range, we really definitely see most of it. And then it kind of starts getting a little out of hand once we get further down. So I think in that range is decent enough. So that's not bad. Then on the Europe side, at least they have this listed. You know, 15 euros to 22 euros. So $15 for a Cool Boy, you know, event pack. I don't think that's terrible. So we have Belzeman Winners Cup Starter Deck 14 event. It is going down, boys and girls, since there are 2 versions of this winner card. One without the Belzeman Cup and then the one with the regular. We'll discuss that in a minute. But, you know, it's definitely looking like from that $80 sticker price, definitely came down pretty decently. I expect this to drop down more, and it's just very easy to get your hands on. On the Europe side, let's see. It's going up a little bit. They're still in the 35 euros to 450 euro range. They're quite expensive. I mean, probably your best bet here if you're in the England side. Well, Spain's got a decent amount of copies here. Not terrible. Outside of that, though, if you really want to max rarity your deck, this is not a bad pickup. On the Europe side for its winter official tournament packs, $45 to $70. Not terrible. Sukuyaman Maid Mode across encounters. So, this card has spiked up, boys and girls. Any reason for that? I don't see any lists really topping with this. So, either waifu text finally got to her or something else. But recent sales have been in the $10, $12 range. She definitely got bought out recently. So, just something to look at. I don't see her really surviving much. I know that we have, EX 4 coming up with the new support that is supposed to help the deck. I don't know if that's just justified enough. You got $10 to $12 range. Europe side, though, looking like they're holding strong in that €2 to, plenty of copy range. So, definitely a cheap card on the Europe side. If you guys have information about this card, why this is spiking up, let me know. And if it is for SetCon for this format, it's not worth a investment because SetCon really struggles next format. Shoutmon Cross Encounter pre-release card, $23, going up. This card, just because the hype of Shoutmon is there. Originally, let's take a look at its history for the year. So since it released in October, it went down to 16, spiked a little bit, then started crashing down. Then, as of late, because Shoutmon has had a better showing and better representation, it now has consistency on its side, and that's all it really needed, was a way of bouncing back that consistency that it lost with just only having 1x4 in that list. So, kind of expected for the price it is. I mean, to be honest with you, it's a very much a gamble to see what Crossheart does in the coming formats. I think Crossheart is going to be a little more risky to play into going forwards, but we'll have to see. On the Europe side, let's see, this spikes up to €10 and kind of low stock as well. Let's see, Beowulfmon or Beowulfmon. So this is looking like a spike happen, and that's just because of the recent top with Mirage Galga Blue Hybrid. So it's very interesting to see when decks like this kind of just comes back in. It was definitely dirt cheap, and then you get the hype prices. This proves tried and true that with the pre-release cards, you should invest into the long game, thinking about decks that can come back in, especially if you want to play this deck max rarity. Now you really do struggle a little bit. On the Europe side, a spike happened as well. It is now €5 to €8 range, which isn't terrible, just decently expensive. Tyrannomon Dimensional Phase actually going up in price and in a buyout situation. If you have a reason for this, let me know, but I don't know why. Tyrannomon dipping down. On the Europe side for its pre-release card, it's only like €1. Dirt cheap. Then we have Crimson Blaze from New Awakening pre-release cards, $14. And going down, which is good to see. I think that's not terrible to see going down. And I like that. I like seeing it go down. And it's been a while since it's kind of dipped. On the Europe side, looking like €7 to €10, which isn't terrible. Taiki, Kiriha, and Nene. This card saw a recent spike over the weekend, and it's crazy. That Crossheart support, everybody is excited for it, but I promise you, it might not be enough to deal with the Hunter support that we're getting. The restaurant support is really nasty, to be honest with you. So looking at $3, $3. Kind of exploded. It was actually on buyout status. I think on the highest level here was at like a $9 to $20 card for a hot second. On the Europe side, though, it's dipping down. We're kind of dirt cheap, but they don't have many copies as well. They're on buyout status. Metal Greymon X Antibody Dimensional Phase. So $3.50. Not good to talk about a card that was kind of short printed in the set. So it's always worth noting on cards like this because how the setup was. This made this card a little bit harder to pull in most instances. So stuff like that does matter. On the Europe side, being the dirt cheap guys, they always are, about €2 range to falling up into the €4 range with plenty of copies to go around. Then we do have Atomic Inferno. Reason I'm bringing this up is because Red Hybrid, aka Emperor Greymon, definitely wants to play for this. This was mentioned in my yesterday's video related to the JP format. I figured it was good to talk about some of these older decks that are just gaining momentum in BT13, and this is one of them. It's really good to understand that we do have this feature. Well, Atomic Inferno, just because it's hit insecurity, can lead to being some crazy shenanigans that your opponent is just not ready to deal with because all your Digimon gain security +1. And the more they hit, the scarier it gets. You know, it goes up from there. But at the end of the day, it is definitely, people are buying it and expect it to be bought at a decent bulk rate. So if you have plenty of this laying around, might be worth the time to move your bulk. Then we have Atomic Inferno on the Europe side. Let's take a look. About 2 cents, 3 cents, not terrible. Then we have X Antibody Alternate Art Starter Deck. You know, $6, not terrible, going down a little bit. But this is from the starter deck, Belzeman, and it's the alternate art. But with the fall of X Antibody decks a little bit because of the format shifting, this does change up some of the dynamics. Belzeman X didn't really need the X Antibody. You can splash it in as a one-of, but it's not really mandatory. But let's take a quick look here. Let's take a look. So we have like 16 and $3 and then the 5. So this kind of just flushes out here, which isn't terrible. But let's take a quick look. Even on the, you know, what's classified pre-release stamp, which people would say is the max rarity. And, you know, by price, yes, but people aren't buying it like they're buying the alternate art because, again, it's quite expensive. And it's just dipping down. Let's see if it continues to dip down. On the Europe side, though, let's take a look. It's about the same range as us, you know, in that $5 to $6 range, which isn't terrible. Europe side, though, for that pre-release, looking like €8 to €15. Not terrible. Then we have Mermaid Dimensional Phase, BT11, going up, which, okay, I kind of see where this is going. The reason for this is multiple things. You know, you have Crossheart Mermaid, basically themed centric, which is pretty decent and it's pretty good. You know, it's one of those things where a deck is good, it's good. And then you have none other than, you know, whatchamacallit. Not Merva. You have Pure Purple Mervamon, which, again, it's still a very solid deck. You're just spitting out bodies and your opponent has to answer these bodies with retaliation and everything like that. And you're just rushing your opponent down. So that just comes with the territory. And it goes up. You know, not terrible. Europe side going up as well. You know, not terrible. €8 to €10 range. Okay, I see you. Pride Memory Boost is the next card we're going to talk about. If you have this in your bulk, probably a decent time to unload it. $4 for an uncommon from BT7. Very much open set if you definitely played hybrid. So you have definitely plenty of this sitting around. So definitely make your $3 in my opinion. Europe side looking like plenty of copies to go around here. You know, plenty in the €2 range. Then we have Pokemon Second Anniversary Next Adventure. You know what? $12 isn't terrible. Reason for this is Red Hybrid. Of course, you want to play a couple of copies of this. You do get 2 in the anniversary pack, and this makes it a little bit harder than the events, but we'll have to see. You know, like $15 is not terrible. I mean, definitely if you can pick it up for $11, it's not a bad deal. Europe side going up. About €6 to €10. Not terrible. Greymon starter deck. The reason why we're going to talk about this is that, for almost $8, it's not a bad pickup, especially when this card has been expensive for so long. It was like $20, 15 for months and months and months and months. And with the amount of reprinting they gave to this card, definitely changed things up. And I think that was a smart idea. On the Europe side, though, looking like €3 to €5 range, a little bit cheaper than us, but hey, you know what? That's sometimes how that goes. But this Greymon is pretty decent, but expect this to fall off because the decks have shifted in a way with the Greymon tribals that they don't really play this much anymore. They go for a different strategy that is just more consistent, more power. That's just sometimes how that rolls out. So guys, what do you think of this video? Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!